Okay, welcome back. Yes, so if you're joining us in this particular video, just so you know, this is our new application that we call simply MDPM. I've been going through different stages, different features of the application, what it can do for you. I ran through different tabs. Currently, I'm in the bulk tab where we can do more, engaging this bulk tab with another tab we call um, staging tables tab. So I've been going also through different case studies. I did case study one, where the consultant in the previous video, where the consultant want us to ingest JSON data into an existing table. Currently now we have these two consultants working for a company, and the task here is for them to send their data into a central into a central folder, really, where another team can now use those data to run different analysis how they wish. So as you can see, it's going to be in the particular database which we use, Microsoft Dynamics 365. There shouldn't be any existing record of the different reports that these two consultants will be sending in. And number one, they are going to be sending it to a shared folder. If you don't know how we got here, look at the previous video. I showed you how, you know, it's just a simple way that they can send into a shared folder. Could be SharePoint drive, should be SharePoint folder, could be you know Hotmail drive or Gmail drive. And then going further, also, and the purpose, like I said, is going to be, for the central team to use the data, and that's kind of a round shell of what this is about. Also, as you can see, the objective here is for us to ingest it through our application. And the key points here and the challenges, as you can see, diverse reports will be coming in, manual entry causing errors and delays. Those are the challenges, because when you're doing things with manual, you are only human, you can make mistakes. So this process is going to simplify it and is going to automate the process. So moving to the next slide, as you can see here, just a recap of what I said. Is going to be in a shared folder. Central team is going to work with it, and the person in charge will be this lovely fellow, with all smiles on his face. The data, like I said, could be one file from consultant one, could be, say 200,000 records, or up to a million, or whatever kind of number of rows that you want to. So moving forward, I'm going to demo for you now, how the consultants are going to get that data into through our new system into Dynamics 365 environment. So that's all for this bit. The next bit now, I'll be showing you how this can work in real life. So let's go there. 1 second. All right. So let's move the way. Now, if you're new here, this is our environment called Dynamics 365 Dataverse Environment, multi environment pro manager. Before you can use it, prerequisite, look at our old video. You need to have your environment connected and your tables all loaded, as I've just done now. If you want to know more about this, look at the beginning of our videos, this series of playlists, you will know. So like I said, we are in bulk operations, but in this particular operation, we need it to be in an independent table on its own. That's where you come to the staging tables tab. In this staging tables tab, as you see, first thing you need to do, identify where you are, staging table tab, go to pick your environment you want to bring in the records that you have. Where is the record? I'm going to show you in a bit. We're not going to use this first column. As you can see, there's a tab here called File Manual Staging. There's another tab called Multi-File Separate Tables. There's another one called API Ingest. Then the third one called API Ingest Groups. So today we're not going to use the first one. We're going to use the second one. Now, where are the files that the consultant has brought in? Let's look for them. Yes, can you see? So I have already preloaded files 1, 2, 3, and the names, as you can see, this is stg underscore consultant 1 underscore project 1. So I'm just going to rename this file now just to be consultant 1A. I'm just going to put A there, just capital A. We're going to have a look at what is inside here in a bit. I'm going to, rename this and just put project 2A. You don't need to do this. I'm just doing it for my personal use. Any file name you have there will work. 3A. So these are the files. Where do we want to put this file? We want to put them at the back here. The back end, this is Dynamics 365. We're just going to click on tables. This is what sits behind Dynamics 365 is what you call Microsoft Dataverse. And in Microsoft Dataverse, you have, all different tables as you can see here. The mission we have here is how we can get these 3 files, 1, 2, 3, into Dynamics 365 Dataverse. And the only easiest way for us to do, there are multiple ways, but today we're demoing how we can use our new system that could make life super simple for you by just clicking 3 of them and dragging them just on top of this part called choose files. Now I release it and the files are all hooked up into our system. The next bit I'm going to do, I'm just going to click this button, and once I click this button, we hope, fingers crossed, we are confident it will take all these files and create independent table in Dynamics 365 and also add to the tables that it has created. It's creating the tables based on the file names that I have here, and also the data will be ingested into it. So before I click the button, let's just go back one bit and inspect the data. I think what I'll do, I'm going to click this button. I'm going to explain what each file contain. So I'm going to click here. I'm clicking this one now. So it's running, as you can see on top of here, is now creating the files. So let's have a look at the files. So if I go to the first file, I open this first file, the JSON file, you can see how JSON files are looking. Just going to put this on the right hand side, as you can see. So it's still doing its thing above. I'll open the second file now. As you can see, the header STG Consultant 1 Project 1A, STG Consultant 2 Project 2A, and the final one STG Consultant underscore 3 Project 3A. So this is what we have, as a different reports that the consultants have sent in, and we're trying to get them into Dynamics 365 Dataverse. So let's close all the different files up. Now, just so you know, this is our scenario for the video not to be too lengthy. These files could be thousands, million. This same process will definitely work. And imagine the time saver that to kind of afford to you. It's going to be massive time saver, massive resources that you're going to reduce. You might have different process that you use it. For example, you can do it manually. You can create different tables and start picking the records one after the other. How much time that will take you. You can use Power Automate and have the issues of trotting, which you need to keep to the limit of Dataverse, per 5 minutes, the numbers that you can ingest. While this process, it also keeps to that limit, but it does that effortlessly, unlimitedly, batching your process, batching the files that you're pushing in. So it's doing its thing. Once it's finished, we hope we're going to see a completion, summary here. Then we can go into Dataverse to have a look at what it has done. As you can see on the top, it's showing what it's doing as it's walking along. If it's finished, we can now have a look at the file and see what it has done. So most times it depends. I'm just going to put a timer now and see how long that will take us. Fingers crossed in the next, let's say in the next less than 1 minute, it should be true. Then we're going to have a look at the data and validate if actually the data that we gave the system to ingest into Dataverse, it did it perfectly well. So in the next 1 minute, I am going to go and have a look now what it has done, and fingers crossed. You see, it's still doing. Look, it has created 9 records there. It's showing you step by step what it's doing. Like I said, once it's finished here, you are going to see a completion summary at the bottom here. So just so you know, we're not using the first tab. We are in staging tables. You can see at the top of here. And we're not using the first tab, sub tab. We're using the second tab called multi-file separate tables. The name speaks for itself. This is a drag, and also the beneath here you can see is a drag and drop many files at once. Each file becomes its own staging table in Dataverse using either the file name or custom table name you type. That's absolutely wonderful. So I click this button like you remember, and it's performing its operation slow and steady. I think 1 minute has gone. We can have a look at it now. So I am just going to get the file name. As you can see, where's the file name now? That's all right. So just going to bring up this. So the first file name is stg. I think I can do it. So I just come here in Dataverse and type stg. All right. So you see, it has created 3 different files. Three different tables. And these 3 different tables are the names of the files. Can you see the names of the files? That way, you can easily find whatever you're looking for. You can name it consultant 1, country or region or location, whatever or a project name that you please, that you wish, So I'm going to click the first one, just so you know it's not finished. I think it's still doing its thing, but it won't hurt to have a look at it now. Let's have a look at the first one. I'm clicking A. So most times it takes, because it's cloud, it takes some seconds, some minutes. And our data is there already. Can you see? So let's have a look. The columns are this column, this column, this column, and this column. All right. So, and this is it. Let's have a look now where I opened. Can you see the name? Staging Consultant 1, Project 1A. Let's validate the data. I'm opening this one now, as you can see. Yeah, fantastic. You can see new project name, Project A, right? Project A, because all what you see here represents a row, one row here. Project A here, which is budget, as you can see, under the column called new project name. Project A is the name, and this is it. Perfectly correct. The next bit here is new allocated amount, right? Where's new allocated amount? New allocated amount. I think I didn't bring it in. Let's bring it in. New allocated amount. This is it here. So let's bring it in. All right. So new allocated amount, as you can see, it is new 5,000. That is 5,000. Perfect. The next bit here, new spent amount 3,000. Perfect. The next bit, new budget ID 1, 2, 3. And that concludes this bit of validating file, project 1, consultant 1, project 1 report that they've sent in. Let me close that out. Just go back one bit. We're going to validate the next project, which is project 2, STG again. Project 2, I open this one out. I'm going to open the right side, the project here, to make sure the records are perfectly inside. I'm going to open this up. Let's see. I'm going to open this up now. I need, what do I need here? I need the different columns. I need this, I need this, I need this, I need this, and I need this, right? The allocated one, I hope is there. All right. Yep, I got that all. So let's validate the first one.